You need to be eating at least 25 grams of fibre a day. Fibre. The only thing that fibre comes from is plants. No meat, no other substance other than plants, fruit and vegetables will give you fibre. Now, if you're not eating 25 grams a day, you're not actually providing your digestive tract with enough bulk to first of all feel full, and secondly eliminate waste products efficiently. The colon in our digestive tract is the place where we absorb nutrients. If your colon is bunged up, it's not efficient, you are not actually getting the nutrients from the foods and drinks you're consuming. So I'm going to tell you about how to detox your colon in the next step. But you need to be eating 25 grams of fibre a day. A bowl of all bran in the morning for breakfast, and we top it up with bran flakes, plenty of fruit and veg, and that's going to be your 25 grams of fibre, no problem. A bowl of all bran will do about half of that, and that's in the morning. So that's quite nicely timed because that might coordinate your body clock. So a high fibre cereal, as long as you haven't got a wheat intolerance, a wheat bran intolerance, will be fine. So personally, I find bran fibre brilliant. And when you combine it with the other tip that I'm going to give you, you will detox the colon very, very fast. And therefore, all the nutrients that come into your body, you can use instead of just eliminating. Another question?
Do you need to get a specialist bran or is...
No, Kellogg's All Bran is fine. Kellogg's All Bran is absolutely fine. No, fine. It's fine. Tesco's, Asda's, Sainsbury's, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Really good start to the day. All we eat is a bowl of all bran with some bran flakes and a couple of pieces of brown toast. That's breakfast. Occasionally I'll have a cup of decaf tea, but very, very rarely. Most of the time it's some water.
What about porridge?
Personally, I don't go there. It's not got a lot of. It's not got as much fibre as bran. It keeps you full longer. It's full of carbs. It's great for skiing. It's great for rock climbing. Great for cycling. But personally, I would switch to a bran cereal to lose weight. That would be my choice. I have eaten porridge, but I've never lost weight on porridge. So my advice is, if you want to lose weight, you need to be upping your fibre intake, and other forms of cereal have more fibre. Not necessarily. You don't have to cut out anything you love. This is the beauty of the approach I'm telling you about. You can still do the things you love to do. You just need to do them slightly less and do some of these other things as well, and you will lose weight.
Are there any tips on exercising?
Yeah, going to talk to you about exercise. My personal tip on exercise is first thing in the morning. We went out for a ride on the tandem yesterday morning. I'll show you a picture of the tandem in a minute. And actually sets you up for the whole day. You feel energetic all day. And actually we went out after breakfast. Some people like to go out before breakfast. Personally, I need something to burn. So a bowl of all bran, a couple of pieces of toast, I've got something to burn on the bike. And that really sets me up for the day. So exercising, particularly in the morning, will energize you for the whole day. When I run training courses, I exercise every morning because I run the course with energy right through the day. I don't get that dip at sort of 11 o'clock and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sorry? What do I put on the toast? We use soya margarine and generally Marmite, actually. I've gone off sugary stuff. I've stopped eating jam. We've tried diabetic jams, but actually I prefer Marmite. Vitamin B, lots of vitamin B in it. It's a good substance.
I can't tolerate wheat that much. It's too corrosive.
Okay, so you don't fancy too much wheat. So you need to be eating even more fruit and vegetables to get your 25 grams of fibre a day. So you know the national advice is 5 portions. You probably need to be eating more like 7 in order to get... Honey is acid. It's very sweetening. It's an acid substance. I know the PR on honey is very positive, but it is still a highly acidic substance. So I would moderate it, and you won't want to eat as much of it, certainly. If you're eating protein, eat it lean. So eat lean cuts of meat. Don't eat the fatty pieces of meat. Again, you won't want to eat fatty meat. Breakfast, most important meal of the day. If you skip breakfast, you're setting yourself up for failure. You'll be hungry at 11 o'clock and you'll start to eat the things that you shouldn't eat. Breakfast, good fibre diet, good fibre breakfast will get you started. And you must eat at regular intervals during the day. Contrary to popular belief, you'll actually lose more weight if you eat 5 or 6 meals a day than you will if you eat 3 big meals a day, with the last big meal being at night. Don't eat anything after 9 p.m, please, if you go to bed at the normal sort of time, because you just don't get a chance to digest it before you go to bed.
You mentioned Marmite.
Yep.
It's very salty, isn't it?
It is salty, so you have to eat a small amount of it.
You haven't said anything about
Salt, I think salt is not a problem if you just eat sensible amounts. The doctors, again, have gone a bit overboard on salt. If you have got accustomed to eating a lot of salt, you do need to reduce it, because it isn't good for your circulatory system. However, you're not going to want to eat as much of it with this dietary approach, because as I explained to you, your taste buds become more sensitive. So instead of needing lots of salt, needing lots of spices, needing lots of sugars, your taste buds actually adjust to the point where you need more subtle flavours, and you want more subtle flavours, so you won't want the salt. Finally, supplements. I did say I would cover supplements. 3 key things. A multivitamin. You will lose weight if you have a multivitamin, because your body is actually getting the nutrients it needs regardless of what else is going on. But you can't just do this in isolation. You have to do it with the other things that we're talking about. So a good multivitamin, which includes iron, please, and also I take a zinc supplement. The reason being, I started to lose my hair a little bit here 2 years ago. I went to Boots the chemist. They said, well, we can prescribe you this thing, but one of the side effects is rather unpleasant. So we'd rather not do that. Why don't you just take iron and zinc supplements? Since then, my hair's actually grown back. So instead of having a bald patch back here and a bald patch back here, I just take iron and zinc every day. I don't have a baldness problem. Now, most people don't know that. But you know, I was lucky enough to find out that information and act on it, and for the last 2 years, I've not had any problems with weight loss, with hair loss. The other thing I recommend you take is aloe vera colon cleanse tablets. Holland and Barrett, 60 tablets, £4.95. Take one every night before you go to bed, and you will be cleansing your colon. Remember I said the colon is where you absorb the nutrients. So if your colon is cleansed, is free of nasty stuff, then you're actually able to absorb nutrients much more effectively. What we're talking about here is bombarding your blood supply, your system, with healthy options instead of unhealthy options. The weight has nowhere to go. It says, goodbye, I don't need you anymore, thank you very much. All of these things start to layer up onto each other. Now, you do one of them, it will make a difference. You begin to do all of them, it's got nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. And like I say, you do one step at a time. You hydrate for the first week. Second week, you begin to alkalize. Third week, you start to eat different substances. Fourth week, you combine.